So you guys probably recall not that long ago that I made a video talking about why I love the Kanto region. So it was only a matter of time before I decided to make a video on this channel talking about why I love the Johto region. And there's just so many different things that I can choose from when it comes to the Johto region. And I'm super excited that I decided to make a video expressing my thoughts on that. So if you guys have anything you guys want to share with me when it comes to the Johto region itself, like anything in particular you guys want to share with me when it comes to your whole journey within the Johto region, be sure to let me know as always in the comment section down below, because I would absolutely love to hear it. So one of the first things I do want to talk about when it comes to the Johto region is that I actually want to take some time and share a childhood memory with you guys, because a lot of us have childhood memories where it's memories we can always look back at to remember all of those fun times that we had as a kid. And I definitely want to share my moment with the Johto region for the very first time, because my entry into the Johto region probably had to be with the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver games, because I never really had the opportunity to play through Pokemon Silver or Pokemon Gold or Pokemon Crystal. The only game I had access to that allowed me to play through the Johto region was Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because I owned both of those games. And I remember I put so much time into those games. I remember I spent hours on end just taking my time exploring every little area in that game itself, because I didn't want to rush through it. I wanted to experience the game in full, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I also remember as a kid as well, like when I was training really hard to make sure my Pokemon were strong, I still remember the first time where I felt like so happy when I got my first gym badge, because to me as a kid, that made it seem like okay, you worked really hard, here's your reward for that. And I just had the biggest smile on my face when I beat the first gym leader in the game. And also, you got to talk about the region's design itself, because when it comes to a Pokemon region, they're all designed a certain way that makes them stand out, and that's something that I can really appreciate. Because when it comes to the Johto region, it has these diverse environments, like the ability to explore through these different kinds of forests or caves or rivers. And they also have these well-designed cities like Goldenrod and Violet City, for example. And they also have these hidden areas and secrets that you can uncover in the games as well, like the Ruins of Alpha or the Underground Path, or like the Whirl Islands and the Bell Tower. And that's just the thing I love about the Johto region, is that it's such a well-designed region, and you can go through these different parts of the game, so you're able to explore everything within it. And it also gives you the ability, after you beat the base game, to go through the Kanto region so you can explore all of that. So this region is so fun when it comes to exploration, and I absolutely love it. And also, the Johto region, just like other Pokemon regions as well, has a lot of unique Pokemon into it, which is a good thing, because you always want to make sure that you're able to discover all these new Pokemon that are being added into these regions as well. Like when it comes to the starters of the region, like Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. Cyndaquil was actually the starter that I chose in this region, because it was the one that I thought looked the coolest, and I absolutely loved Typhlosion when I eventually got it down the line. I always wanted to try out Totodile, but never really had the opportunity. Hopefully down the line, I'm able to use Totodile so I can really see what that starter's all about, because I heard nothing but good things about it. But I had loads of fun with Cyndaquil, and I absolutely love that starter. And also, when it comes to like the legendary beasts within the game itself, like Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, or other fan favorites that are like really popular within this region itself, like Scizor, Espeon, and Umbreon. So that's something that I loved about Johto, is that there's just so many different kinds of Pokemon that you could choose from, or if you were trying to design a certain team so you can progress through the game, like if you're going up against these different kinds of gym leaders or trainers, or you're eventually going through the Elite Four, there's just different options for you to choose from, so you're able to make your team the way that you want it to be. And also, I have a lot of favorite gym leaders within the Johto region itself. Like, that's something I can definitely say. I had so much fun with each and every single one of these gym leaders as I was progressing through the game. Like, you have gym leaders like Falconer, you got Bugsy with his bug type Pokemon, you have Whitney for normal type Pokemon, and of course you have Claire for dragon type Pokemon as well. So it was really fun going up against these different kinds of gym leaders, because it gave you a challenge when you were going up against these gym leaders. So you always had to think of the best strategy that you can possibly come up with, so you can outsmart these gym leaders and then eventually obtain your badge, so you can progress even further within the game itself. And I also have to talk about the iconic music as well, because one of the things that Pokemon does a great job with is that it has some very unique music when it comes to each of the regions that you're exploring. Because when you're going through like each parts of the Johto region, especially when it comes to the Whirlwinds or the Bell Tower, or if you're having to go through like the Pokemon Center or the trainer school, the route themes or battle music, or you have to go through like the Team Rocket hideouts or the gym leader battles. So the game does a very good job capturing the whole entire environment as you're playing through the Johto region, which is something that I absolutely have to acknowledge because they definitely do a very good job with that. And also there's a lot of engaging storylines within the Johto region itself, because that's something I can definitely remember when I was playing through Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, especially when it comes to the narrative of those storylines as well. When you're going up against Team Rocket and you're trying to figure out their sinister plans and motivations within the game itself. And then you have like the mysterious ruins of Alpha, where you learn about their ancient artifacts and secrets, and of course a legendary Pokemon, just like every other Pokemon game, where you learn about their powerful abilities and their roles in the story, like we see with Lugia, Ho-Oh, and the legendary beasts in this game. So that's something that I can acknowledge, because there's always something that you can really sink your teeth into, so you can get really invested as you're progressing through the game, so you could really get hooked as what's going on in the story. And there's a lot of beloved characters within the Johto region as well, especially when it comes to your rival as well. Like, even though your rival can be a pain, like Silver is definitely a pain, he's also a very memorable character within the region itself. And you also have other characters like Professor Elm, when it came to him giving you a starter so you're able to begin your adventure. You of course have Nurse Joy, where she's very kind and she's supportive whenever you're trying to heal your Pokemon. You have the Pokemon themselves with their unique personalities and traits that you get introduced to as you're playing through the game. And of course, like I went over not that long ago, you have the gym leaders with their distinct styles and motivations as you're going up against them throughout the region. So that's something that the Johto region does a very good job at. And there's also a lot of memorable moments as you're playing through the Johto region as well. Like, I've had to share some of my own personally. Like, one of the first memories I can recall is when I went up against each and every single one of these gym leaders, because right there, it was really fun to go up against them so I could test out my strength against their Pokemon. And also when I encountered legendary Pokemon within the region itself, like Ho-Oh, Lugia, and the legendary beasts. And also when I was exploring the mysterious ruins of Alpha and the World Islands and just going through Bell Tower, like, that was just a very fun thing to do, because it was just very fun knowing that you're in an area where it's just very mysterious, and it's really fun to explore those areas so you can get some more insight on them. And I remember when I caught my first shiny Pokemon, which is really fun, because that's something that takes a lot of time to do in a lot of Pokemon games. That whole mindset I have when I'm playing through the game, where I'm like, okay, what sort of Pokemon is going to be hatching through this rare egg that I happen to obtain in my adventure? And then of course, defeating the Elite Four and becoming Pokemon champion. Like, that's something I'm always going to remember when I play through every single Pokemon game, because that's you working really hard throughout the game, obtaining all those 8 badges, going up against those 4 Elite Four members until you come across the champion, because right there you can prove how strong you are, so you can prove to everybody in the world that you're worthy of becoming a Pokemon champion within that game itself. And that was just really fun. And when it comes to my personal connection to the Johto region, I mainly loved it because it helped me appreciate the world around me. Like, it actually had me go outside and, explore my environment and my world and look at all the different kinds of animals out there and all the different kinds of flowers. Or if I just wanted to go on a walk for fun and get some exercise, it was something that I remember playing through these games, because I always remember doing that in these games. And then as I was growing up, I did the exact same thing, just exploring everything around me, because I just love learning about the world around me. I always thought it to be very fun. But other than that, that's honestly all I have to really say about the Johto region. So I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Like, if you guys have anything in particular that you guys want to share with me, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Facebook page. All of that is located in the description below. Be sure to click on the bell for notifications. You guys are aware whenever a new video goes up on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.